Hey guys, Molly here, and welcome back to my channel. Well, as you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to be doing my January 2021 TBR. Happy New Year, guys! Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that 2020 is over. I'm sad, but at the same time, I am very happy that 2020 is just out of the way, because 2020 was not a good year for us. Like, Corona, I cannot even. Hopefully in 2021, Corona just gets wiped out of the equation and everything. So it's just like, bye Corona, see you never. But yeah, so I am just sad to see 2020 go, because it kind of like was not good because of Corona. So like our 2020 was like ruined. So I'm really praying that 2021 is better than 2020. So let's just get started with my January TBR for 2021. So the first three books that I'm going to be talking about are from for a special video that I'm going to be doing in the entire month of January. So I'm going to be vlogging it all, but the very end of February, not the very end, the very first week of February is when you're going to see the video. So it's going to be a special video. And I've seen like, I got this inspiration from Books and Lala, but like a lot of other booktubers have been doing this as well. So I'm just gonna do it as well, because I'm interested in seeing how these three books, I just don't want to go into much detail, honestly, but you're gonna see at the very end, I keep saying the very end, it's like the first week of February is when you're gonna see this special video from moi. But let's just get started with the first three books that I'm gonna be talking about. Okay, the first book I'm going to be talking about is Iceland by Sasha Stefferson. This book is all about two worlds, two sisters, and one secret. And that's what it says on the book cover. It's all about this, it's a sci-fi. It's all about the strange, strong bond between two sisters, one of whom cannot speak or understand any human language. So Lorana, her sister Callie, is adopted. I like can't say that word. But Callie can't say anything. Like, she like can't say I love you back. In fact, Callie can't say anything at all. Because Callie is an Iceland. Dun dun dun, hence the title of the book. One of hundreds of teens who were discovered 16 years ago on a remote Arctic island, all of them lacking the ability to speak or understand any known human language. Mysterious and panicked events lead to the two sisters embarking on a journey to the north. And now Lorana starts to see that there's a lot more to Callie's origin story than she'd been led to believe. Little does she know what's in store, and that she's about to uncover the terrifying secret about who and what Callie really is. Now, I think I picked this up at like Goodwill or something. No, not Goodwill. I got it from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, the Dollar Tree does sell books, if you didn't know, for $1. Oh, Callie wants to go home. That's what it says on the back. Now Callie wants to go home, and I'm going to be the one to take her. So Lorana is going to take Callie home back to the Arctic. But yeah, so I just saw this book at the Dollar Tree, and I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds really cool, and I've never heard anyone talk about it before. So I'm very excited to read this in January for my special video. So yeah, but it's like a short book, so hopefully I can fly through it. And yeah, Okay, so the next book I'm going to be talking about is Zenith by Sasha Osberg and Lindsay Cummings. Sasha is a booktuber here on BookTube, if you didn't know, on a Book Utopia. And then Lindsay Cummings is an author tuber on the channel Lindsay Cummings. So I really enjoy both their videos. There's been like a lot of like mixed reviews of this book. People hate it, people love it. I feel like there's more people who are like, I didn't really like it, more than, oh, it's really good. Like, so I'm hoping this book is really good and it lives up to my expectations of what I think it's going to be and everything. So yeah, but this book is all about like space pirates. There's this girl, Andy, she's a space pirate, and they fly a glass ship called the Marauder. And then the Marauders is the space crew, which is filled with all girls, which is really cool. But they like bump into this dangerous bounty hunter from Andy's past. Andy is the main character. They are coerced into a life-threatening mission and straight into the path of a shadowy ruler bent on revenge. Andy and her crew will either restore order to the ship or start a war that will devour worlds. So this is all about space pirates and everything. That sounds really cool. I've never read about space pirates before, and this is a sci-fi. And there's a second book to this series. It's like it's a duology. So there's only 2 books. And I'm very excited to read this. So this book is for my special video that I'm doing. And it's for a readathon, which I will get to in a bit. Okay, and the next book for the special video, there's only 3. And that book is What the Spell by Brittany Gergagotelis. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I never know how to pronounce her last name. Every time I mention this book in a video, I never know how. And I don't know why. But this is all about a teenage witch. Her name is Brooklyn, and Brooklyn Sparks. She goes from invisible to unforgettable. So on her 16th birthday, she finally becomes of age as a witch, and she uses her new powers to give herself a magical makeover. Her longtime crush Asher notices her, but things aren't as enchanted as they seem at first. To prove herself to the elite, the popular clique she desperately wants to join, Brooklyn has to pass their initiation test, and Asher himself may be one of the casualties. It'll take a lot of the magic Brooklyn has to keep from losing everything. So I see on the back there's 2 more books, so it's maybe a trilogy. I don't know. I've never heard of anyone talk about this book before. I just picked it up, I think, at like Goodwill like a couple years back. But I just was like, oh my gosh, it's like a coming age book about this girl who is a witch and everything, and how she deals with the popular girls and crushes and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds really cool and everything. So I can't wait to get to this book for my special video. Okay, now on to the next section of this TBR, which is going to be my very first readathon, and that is the Readathon Among Us readathon. It is based off a little video game you can play on your phone or whatever mobile device you have, like an iPad or an Android tablet or anything like that. Pretty sure you can play it on Android. But it's all about these I'm trying to explain the game. I've only played it like a couple of times. I still have it on my phone, But I was like, this is a really cool game. I don't know how to play it, but I just like run around and everything. Like, I haven't been the imposter yet, so like I just run around pretending that I know what I'm doing. In reality, I don't, and I'm just like, this is just like a life or death situation because you can die in the game if you're not the imposter. The imposter kills people. So there's like all these different colors, and then one person is the imposter, and the imposter goes around killing people, and you have to figure out who the imposter is and everything. So I was like, oh my gosh, like everyone's like obsessed with this game, so I was like, okay, like I have to play it, and it's pretty cool. I'm still learning to play. I haven't played it since the first time I played it, actually. So but everyone like talks about it, and it's like this cool game, and I just want to like, I'm still learning how to play it, so I don't know too much how to play it that well, so I'm still trying. And okay, so I have it pulled up on my phone. It's the Among Us Readathon, and the @ is Read Among Us, and it's hosted by HD's Reading Life. That's their Twitter. So go give them a follow and everything. So I just followed them. You can either be the imposter or you can be the crewmate, which is all the other colors, or like whatever. So this is a month-long readathon being hosted from January 1st to the 31st. Okay, so the first challenge is, okay, so you can either be the imposter or you can choose from different like colors, and each color has like different tasks, different amount of prompts per color. So I chose the pink crewmate, which only has 3 prompts because I just want to take it easy, and usually I'll read like 3 books in a readathon. I don't think I've ever like actually completed a readathon before, not gonna lie. But so I chose the pink crewmate, and so my prompts is going to be, well, the first one is swipe card. Well, okay, so I technically only have 2 prompts, but 3 at the same time, because the very first prompt everyone has to do. So, and then the second and third one are like different from like other people's prompts. But the first prompt that everyone has to do is swipe card or fix wiring. Read a standalone or a sequel. And so for that, I chose Was Ferris by Marissa Meyer. Now this is a sequel technically. This is the 4th book. Well, it's a novella. Winter is technically the 4th one. This is 3.5. It's between the 3rd and the 4th one, between Cress and Winter. So I've been needing to read this, and this is all about Queen Lavanna's story. She is the moon queen, so she lives on the moon and everything. This is her story and everything, so I've just been wanting to read this, and I am finally, hopefully, fingers crossed that I do, honestly. So yeah, so this is for the first prompt. And prompt number 2 is Inspect Sample Part 1. Read a book with a planet on the cover. And that book I'm going to be reading is Zenith by Sasha Osberg and Lindsay Cummings. But I don't know if you can see this, but there is a little planet there. So it does have a planet on the cover, so it counts for this challenge. This one was a little bit tricky, so I was like, oh, like, I don't know. But then I saw, and then Zenith came to my head, and I was like, oh my gosh, Zenith, I'm pretty sure it's a planet on the cover. And it does, so yeah. Okay, the prompt number 3 is going to be Inspect Sample Part 2. Read a book with an animal or a person on the cover. Actually, I just saw there's actually 4 prompts and not 3. I don't know, I just saw 3 and I was like, okay, and I didn't actually finish looking down. And so there's 4 prompts. So I chose, so there's 3 different ones that I have to do instead of someone else having it. You know what I mean, you know? you know? Okay, yeah, so there's 4 prompts instead of 3. So prompt number 3, animal or person on the cover. And I chose An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. This is all about a girl, Leia, and she meets this boy, Elias, and they are Elias, the school's finest soldier. So basically, Leia's brother is arrested for treason, and she is forced to make a decision. In exchange for help from rebels who promise to rescue her brother, she will risk her life to spy for them from within the Empire's greatest military academy. So this is all about Leia, and she goes to this really like high, like really strong military academy to spy for the rebels to get her brother back, who was arrested for treason. And she meets this boy Elias there, and they like fall in love, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they fall in love. And Elias is like secretly its most unwilling like soldier. Like, he's unwilling to do stuff, I think that's what it means and everything. But yeah, so I've been wanting to read An Ember in the Ashes for forever, and it's been on a couple of my TBRs, so hopefully this month when I do this readathon I can complete this book. So yeah. Okay, prompt number 4 and the last prompt for this readathon is Prime Shields. Read a book with a weapon on the cover. Now, that book I chose was The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. Now, this is a novella to the Throne of Glass series. This book you're supposed to read, I guess, before Heir of Fire. That's what people talk about, like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to read The Assassin's Blade before Heir of Fire. So I'm gonna be reading this before Heir of Fire, so yeah. Okay, that is the end of the Among Us readathon and everything. And the next readathon I'm going to be participating in is Winter Carnival-a-thon, which is being hosted from January 8th through the 10th and everything. So it's all about this carnival and everything. And there's like this really cool map that they created to host. Where is my phone? Okay. Huh, I don't know who it's even about. Not who it's about, but who it's hosted by. They didn't mention themselves, who it was. I don't know. But yeah, there's just this, I don't know if you can see that, probably not, but there's this cool map and everything. So I just picked 2, yeah, I just picked 2 prompts. But the first prompt is Big Top. Read a book on the top shelf of your bookshelf. So on my big white bookshelf at the very top is read books. So I wanted to read an unread book because I need to get my TBR down instead of rereading books. So I went over onto the other side of my room across from this bookshelf. Over here, you're not going to see the bookshelf because I don't feel like showing you because I don't want to take the camera off the tripod. There's a 3-shelf one, my old black bookshelves. If you've seen in my old videos, you saw those 2 black bookshelves, and that's what I only have one filled up because the other one's empty, or it has it's holding stuff on it and everything. So I just chose a book off the first shelf on that one, which is the top shelf. And that book I chose was The 100 by Cass Morgan. Now this is based off a TV show, The 100. It's all about these 100 kids, juvenile kids, who are criminals, and they get taken down, they get sent down to Earth in this drop ship. And they have to see if their Earth is survivable or not, because the Earth was destroyed by nuclear bombs like 100 years ago or so. So they have to see if the Earth is survivable because the ark is dying, the thing that they live on in space that is orbiting Earth and everything. So it is dying and they have to all go down, but they have to see if the Earth is survivable. So they sent down the 100, which is 100 criminal kids who committed crimes, and so they sent them down to see if the Earth is survivable. And I'm already obsessed with the TV show, but I've been wanting to read the book and see how it compares and everything. So yeah, so hopefully for this readathon, it's a weekend long, so hopefully I can finish this book and hopefully enjoy it, and it's just like the TV show. Okay, so the next prompt is the cocoa stand. Read a book while drinking hot cocoa. And that book I chose, which is a short one, was The Vampire Diaries, The Awakening, which is the first one, by L.J. Smith. Now, I've seen the whole TV show, love it to death, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. And this was originally a book series, so I have the first 2 books. So hopefully I can get to it this month and read it and enjoy it and love it. It's short. It's under 300 pages, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, under 300 pages. So hopefully I can get to this. It's all about this girl, Elena, and she falls in love with this guy, Stefan. And he has a brother named Damon. And the secret is they are actually vampires, the 2 brothers, as you can tell from the title of the book. So yeah, so hopefully I can get to it this month. Okay, so the second to last book I'm going to be reading is Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer. And yes, I've already started it. And this is a book that I'm adding on to my TBR because I didn't finish it last month. So I'm adding it to my January TBR. So I'm currently on page 254. Sadly, I did not finish it in December like I wanted to. So hopefully in January I can finish it and everything. So this is one of my top priorities this month, to finish it and everything. So yeah, this is the 4th book in the Twilight Saga series. So yeah. Okay, y'all, it is time for my TBR jar that I think I've done one other time, but I always forget to do it. Like, I'm like, okay, I want to do my TBR jar to read a random book in here, and I have to read it. If it's the first book in a series or a standalone, if it's the 2nd or 3rd book, then I can't read it. I have to pick again, obviously. But yeah, let's just shake this up. I'm not really shaking the bottom, but it's not really shaking that well. But let's just pick one. Hopefully it's a good one. Where She Went. I don't know which book this is. Hold on, let me try to find it. Okay, I just looked. Sorry, the lighting is getting really bad. It's because the sun is setting, and so I'm filming this really late. But this is the 2nd book in a series, or I think a duology. It's the If I Say duology. I can't remember the author's name. It's the If I Say by Gail Thorman series, or duology, I think. So I have to pick again. I didn't put this back in. It's on the seat, so I was like, what book is that? Like, I don't know. Let's see what it is. Behind Her Eyes. Da, da, da. It's a thriller. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know what this was. Okay, the book I had to read is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pin Borgue. Sarah Pin Borgue. Through Pin Borgue. I don't know how to pronounce it. I got this book recommended by Books and Lala, so she mentioned this in one of her videos, and I picked it up and I saw it at Goodwill and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. So I got it because the book's in Lala. So I don't know too much about this book. I just know it's a thriller. It's all about this girl Louise. She's a single mom, a secretary stuck in a rut. On a rare night out, she meets a man in a bar and sparks fly. Though he leaves after they kiss, she's thrilled she finally connected with someone. When Louise arrives, sorry, it's dark and I can't see, arrives at work on Monday, she meets her new boss, David, the man from the bar. Oh my gosh. The very married man from the bar. I forgot about this plot. Oh my gosh. Who says the kiss was a terrible mistake, but who still can't keep his eyes off Louise. And then Louise bumps into Adele, who's new to town and in need of a friend. But she also just happens to be married to David. And if you think you know where the story is going, think again. Because behind your eyes is like no other book you've read before. David and Adele look like the picture-perfect husband and wife, but then why is David so controlling? And why is Adele so scared of him? As Louise is drawn into David and Adele's orbit, she uncovers more puzzling questions than answers. The only thing that is crystal clear is that something in this marriage is very, very wrong. But Louise can't guess how wrong and how far a person might go to protect their marriage's secrets. Oh my gosh. It's all about this girl Louise. She meets this guy David who's married. And she becomes friends with his wife. And it's all about, like, you don't know what goes on in their marriage and it's pretty bad. And oh my gosh, it sounds amazing. So hopefully I can read this in January. Okay, y'all. So that is it for my January TBR. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give a big old thumbs up, subscribe down below to see more of me, and if you enjoy my content, and hit that little bell button right next to the subscribe button to be notified whenever I do post a new video. And comment down below your January TBR. I would love to know as well. So that is it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!